What up, guys? Today I wanted to check out the new snow crane that was just released. This is a bit late, but I mean, one, I'm not too excited for her, and two, I mean, who really cares about this? I will say though, I made a couple of teams here. I will try some interesting setups I could think of, I suppose. But the thing is, dude, she has a 40-second cooldown burst too. This kind of sucks. That being said, maybe she could be useful in PvP. I'm not a PvP guy, so one of the PvP dudes will have to let me know. She gains Pierce for her burst. So what I'm thinking is, so I do this one, and then I do another one where she has type advantage, and then I just do like a full max wank off team. I don't know. I'll put like Killer Wife, because I think Killer Wife gives some Pierce support, and I think she just gives regular support to like snipers. We'll think of something, I don't know. Maybe I can put the overspec Yuno as well. I could probably get some use for her. Who else? Actually, then that would be all sniper, right? Yeah, everybody would be a sniper on this team then. The main thing that I'm curious about, though, is so she has this little thingy right here where if she gets healed by somebody else, I think it's this one, right? The violation. It'll reduce the potency of that healing by 10% up to 3 times. However, I think you still want to like have this proc at max stacks, because then it activates this where she gets immunity to it. What is it? Terminated contract. She gains immunity to it, and then she kind of just gets this like regen for everybody. Let's see, do we have it here? What is it called? No, that's weird. What did I say it was called? Proof of violation. I mean, we should be getting that eventually. I bring the Nikke because she'll heal everybody with her thingy. And, I mean, it should be easier because where Moran will use her healing for when she bursts. And that will cause Nikke to have, like, the shared healing. And that should affect her. And then that should, in turn, give her more stacks. Oh, and then Helm. No, but does Helm's healing count as Helm's? Because realistically, she bursts, and the damage you do is healed. So that would that count as your healing or Helm's healing? I mean, you can't really heal without Helm bursting and letting you do the damage to heal. This all sounds kind of redundant. Legal effect, blah blah blah, restores HP per second. Wait. Am I dumb? Wait. Where is this legal effect coming from? Oh, it's this. They just didn't call it contract terminated. Okay, never mind. I got that really fast. Yeah, legal effect. There we go. Yeah, you get legal effect, and it's this is the proof of violation. You get immune, and then the thingy. I forget that it's this that shows up. I don't know. I wish they would like, maybe that would be too crowded. But like, it's already a scroll wheel, bro. It might as well just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It's not really showing her healing. It's just showing this. However, now she is given the like little dot healing. Who am I gonna see this the best on? Probably her? Not her. No, I need to wait till it's not healing. Okay, we're gonna like... Okay, it's just I'm bursting way too fast here. Dang it! I want to see what the dot heal is. It looks like it was 3,000? Maybe I should stop bursting for a second. But I want to grief the damage. Let's see. It looks like it's 1587, I think, might be the 0.24. That sounds about right. I don't know, dude. Because, like, at one hand, I do like to shield or heal, but I feel like, 1, 40-second cooldown is a bit devious. 2, they should have taken her getting pierced from her burst off and just did, like, support. I don't know. It's already 40 seconds. Because it seems kind of weird to me they would give her a, like, part of her burst where she gets pierced, but then she doesn't really gain any buffs from her other sides of her kit to herself. I mean, Snow White did Mongo damage per usual. Wow, she did a lot of damage. Yeah, because I don't think she does anything. Basically just... That was basically just all Snow White, right? I mean, Moran was given a decent amount of support. Yeah, wow, she didn't even have type advantage. Oh my god, she's so broken. Jesus Christ. Let me actually double check. Because, like, she only gets this for herself. If this was for everybody, I'd be like, alright. Well, now we're gaming, you know what I mean? Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, max HP. I mean, she does give everybody max HP, but I don't think anybody that I'm using necessarily is gaining anything from max HP, right? Just like the shield based off of that max HP. Maybe if I was using Cindy, but like Cindy doesn't really scale for max HP too much. Let me actually double check. I mean, I don't think she gains anything. It's just Snow White does. Yeah, I just do fuck Mongo damage, so please die. That's basically her kit in a nutshell. Yeah, I can't see anything else. Whatever. Let me actually double check Cindy so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. What part is in her kit though? Oh, it's this one. Yeah, when you enter your burst stage 3, she just gets a buff of 2.7 for her max HP. And I think that's it. So like, cool, she gets this buff, but like, it's not that substantial. You have to get a lot of max HP for it to realistically matter. And I mean, at that point, I don't know, just do something else. Just gain a support, like the maids. I think the buff will get her more damage, rather than just giving more HP and then having that do more damage. That being said, let's see what happens when she has type advantage. I do kind of feel bad for some of these units in these time slots, like the Snow Crane here, and then any units that have the time slot before, like the winter. So last year, not last year, the year before that for Flora, I think last year wasn't too bad because it was Soline, and I mean, Soline was at least useful a little bit, but like, in the grand scheme of things, she kind of just did get briefed. However, I think she was at least worth wishlisting. I don't know about, I could say the same about her. I'd have to see if she's okay on PvP, but like, I don't know, there's just no way you summon, bro. The anniversary is literally less than 2 weeks away now. And, I mean, even still, I would say there's a lot of stuff in the future that I would recommend to keep an eye out. I mean, I did make the video about the dates you should see. And I mean, definitely what I'm going to start saying in a lot of these is at least save a decent amount of resources so that you can pick up Summer Dorothy's rerun in the summer. I feel like she's just so important. You can't really miss her, bro. Especially because I don't think we have the craziest water attackers. Now it's not too bad because we got Snow White, right? But Dorothy and the Shotgun team is just so nice to run as like a third or fourth team for the solo raids and stuff. So like, I just can't recommend missing out on that, man. And she's limited, so you're gonna get only a chance to get her every summer. So it is kind of great. Let's see the damage. I mean, similar-ish damage, yeah. I mean, dude, she does no fucking damage, bro. This is kind of, I guess, a bit unfair. Everybody else does a decent amount of damage, right? Nayuta is a burst to that. I mean, she has decent support, but she can also hit pretty hard. Moron is pretty gross, and I mean, you know, these two are the burst 3, so they're gonna do damage. But yeah, I can't, dang it, dude, I wish there was a way to check the healer shield power in these practice tools for some of these units, because I just can't, because these bosses and the minions don't do any damage. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we just try to wank her off here and see how much damage she can realistically do. This is not going to be anything substantial, probably, but I'm doing it anyways. Let's see. So I was thinking of using her, and then probably the overspec Yuno, right? What does she give? Let me just double check. Yeah, oh my god, I need to work on her. Dude, I'm so poor on resources. No! Let's see. She gains blah, blah, blah. This is... Oh, she's going to gain the thing when I run more absolute units, though. Dang it. Is it support that she gains? Hold on. Affect self, that doesn't matter. Affect self doesn't matter as well. Only when self survives. From the same squad. She gains crit rate. Oh, she gives it to everybody from the same squad, though. Okay, so that doesn't really matter. Let's see. Bonus activating. Okay, they get the projectile explosion damage. That should probably be fine. When applying LT formation. Yeah, we should be able to get this so that people will get the true damage and then the projectile explosion. And then the burst 3 is just she does damage, correct? Oh my god, it's been so long since I've read this. Yeah, sure, this will probably work. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, actually, hold on. The Bunny Aid. Oh no, I have to use Bunny Aid. She gives pierce damage support. Yeah, no, I have to run Bunny Aid. Yeah, never mind. I have to run Buddy. It's already in one. Good thing I double checked on that. Actually, I could also run Mari here. Ooh, decisions. She gains Pierce. Dude. But like, everybody does have a core. Dang it. I think both are pretty good. In the long term, I mean, they're probably going to have the same support. Mari is going to do more damage, though, because there is a core available. Let's see, pierce damage, the minimum affecting range. No! Whatever, I'm going to run Mari, fuck it. Sorry, Aid. Yeah, this looks fine. I just don't expect her to do any damage. And in fact, I feel like the killer wife is going to do more damage than her. God damn it, dude. We'll just have to see, I suppose. Dude, that gotcha skin is crazy, by the way. Oh my god. I'm a bit torn. I have said this before. But, I mean, when Annis comes out, I kind of don't want her to get a gotcha skin. Because I want them to hold off until the bunny event comes out this year. So then Annis can get a gotcha skin then, dude. Come on, that'd be so fire. Also, I'm pretty sure they teased, like, Annis in a hard mode or something for the original Norm Blanc bunny event. And it was like, oh... maybe I can put on a bunny outfit or something. I think that's what Anna said. Maybe I made that up, but I could have sworn that was like a extra scene or something. And it was just fucking blue balls, bro. Essentially. Come on. They haven't done anything of the sorts, dude. Kind of fucked up. Anyways, back on Snow Crane. Oh, I guess I didn't check now. Yeah. She still got it. Who is healing? Oh, Helm. Okay, so it counts Helm's healing. Dang it, I haven't really been checking how fast I can stack that up, though. Does she do healing? I don't think so, correct? She just does damage, and then, I mean, she has the CDR, so... Yeah, it's Helm's. Okay, so Helm's does count. Because, I mean, she has to be the only person who is giving healing to her. Okay, after this, actually, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to go back to the team I was using before, and I'm going to see how fast I can stack that passive up. What did I even say it was called? The legal thingamajigger? The thing that gives me the violation. That sounds pretty bad out of context, actually. Dude, I just did way less damage here. Yeah, I guess because, you know, Killer Wife isn't doing that much damage. And Mari is getting out damaged by Nayuta for sure. We get one more burst in, though. Okay, surely she did, like, decent damage here. Let's see. Snow White did more. I think she did worse. Am I tripping, or did she do worse? Yeah, because I swear she was at 50 before, correct? Dude, am I bugging? I feel like she was at 50. I mean, she basically did the same as Killer Wife, which is not a compliment. Wow, Mari did, like, no damage either. These guys are griefing. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know why they would give her Pierce. Like, oh, cool. After you burst, you get Pierce. Whoop-de-doo. You go from doing little damage to doing little damage more. More little damage. Like, it's just not okay, bro. Let's see. Let me just do this again. Who was I using? Nayuta. Where is my Nayuta? There you go. Okay, we're just going to be playing race, okay? We're going to see how fast I can get this stacked up, and then we'll be done. There really isn't much to do here because I can't really show her healing or shielding. Because, I mean, I didn't pull for her. I'm not going to pull for her, obviously. And I wouldn't recommend you do the same. Okay, we're going to have to go fast, baby. Okay, we need 3 stacks of this exclusive agreement. We already got 1, so that's actually pretty good. Okay, I think it's the second right there. No. Okay, I mean, now we should be getting healing. If it's instant, then we should be at 3. Oh, we already have it. Yeah, okay, so it's 3 different procs. So, like, for example, once Moran bursts, she's gonna be doing damage based off of, like, or no, she's gonna be healing based off the damage she does. It's this right here. The 36% of the attack damage as HP. So that'll proc. However, I have Nayuta here, and Nayuta is going to be sharing the healing that Moran is doing. So individually is going to count as healing stacks, and it's going to give that to Snow Crane. She's just going to get that buff instantly. Which, by the way, I really do like this pairing of Nayuta and Moran. As long as you don't get like one shot, it's going to be really easy for you to sustain the whole entire team. Like when you burst force Moran, all the damage she does is going to be HP, and then Nayuta's like, hey, you know, we like that HP too. Let's get that for everybody. So, I mean, it's just disgusting healing. I guess in this case, I also have Helm, but like, if you run a team like that, it's just going to be gross. Yeah, realistically, I mean, you run these two and then like Rappy here, Rappy and Snow White, you're basically just going to clear the whole campaign stages. And like lost sectors and stuff like that. But that's besides the point. This is interesting, I guess. I don't know if she would be good at PvP. I mean, surely the heal and shield would give like some survivability and would help. But I don't know. This seems kind of wonky. I mean, why did they do this, bro? Gain Piers? Like, she's a 40-second cooldown for her burst. I know this is like big support right here. So, I mean, it's got to be for like PvP. If you get chunked, it's like, oh, well, I can burst with her and like get a lot of healing back. But like at the same time, I don't know. Isn't PvP like mainly I have to kill the other person before they kill me? There is a decent amount of units now that have like anti one-shot in their kits. I think Nayuta can't be one-shotted for like 3 seconds, I think. Something like that, but that's only really useful in PvP, so I don't know. I don't know the meta, I'm just talking out of my ass. One of the PvP guys will have to make sure I'm right on that. Or, I don't know, give me their thoughts on what the meta is right now. Surely one day I'll be able to get a bit into PvP. I'm still a bit poor on like my resources for gears and stuff. So, you know, I'm kind of behind on trying to get a lot of unit stuff. For example, like treasures and stuff, and then I have to stay for like the anniversary units, so I make sure I get them leveled up decently. Anyways, overload gear talk. She is definitely not a priority, so I would say don't give her anything. Unless you really want to and you have like everybody else with overload gear. You're just like, hey, I might as well put some on her because I'm going to use her, I suppose. I think the one thing you do want to get on her is probably charge speed, because her shtick is landing 3 full charge attacks. So, I mean, the faster you can do that, you'll just be getting this, like, regen, which is pretty nice. But, like, she doesn't do any damage, so you kind of don't want any damage. And, I mean, max ammo will help because you'll have less downtime. So you better get this a bit more. But, I mean, other than that, like, what are you gonna get? You can't get, like, HP rolls on gear, correct? I made that up, right? Yeah, you can't get HP. So, like, I would say the priority would be, like, charge. And then, I mean, you could go charge damage, I guess, but probably charge speed, max ammo, and I don't know, elemental, but it's not important. I wouldn't recommend you go any overload gear on her. So, there's that. Cube-wise, maybe you can get, like, potency healing. That wouldn't be the worst, right? She does a lot of healing. So just buffing that from the cube would actually not be the worst. Let me actually double check how that cube works. I think it's a percentage base. Let's see. I believe it is called... oh, the Vigor Cube. No, that's max HP. I mean, this wouldn't be the worst either. Because I think some of her healing scales off max HP. But it's this one. This potency of HP granted. Oh yeah, 12%. I mean, this would definitely buff the healing she does. That would definitely not be the worst. I mean, even more charge speed probably wouldn't be the worst because it gets her more healing. What is this? Just like a... not good. Yeah, the healing cube. Oh, that's pretty self-explanatory. Probably using that on her wouldn't be the worst, but like, you definitely don't want to use the important cubes on her because she's not going to be doing any damage. And, I mean, even still, I guess no one really else uses the healing cube that much, right? Like, who are you using the healing cube on? Made Mast? Or not Made Mast, Made Anchor, maybe? Yeah, because she's not doing any damage, so maybe use that on her. Who else? Dude, like, I don't know. The teams I run all do, like, decent damage. Nowadays, a lot of the burst ones that burst do decent damage. Like, Siren does a fuck ton of damage. Nayuta, as you saw there, did pretty good damage for, you know, having a lot of support and healing and stuff. And, I mean, Crown is disgusting. But Crown doesn't do that much damage, I don't think. But the way she enables other units like Siren is just way too broken, so... I don't know. I don't think this is obviously worth summoning for. And, I mean, the anniversary's 2 weeks away, but even still. She is missless, though, so I think waiting till she gets put in the wish list and then wishlisting her is probably not the worst. Let's see. What other missless units would you want to go for? Oh my god, I have so many. I haven't summoned in like so long. When I do the anniversary summon live stream, I'm going to just be using a fuck ton. So if you want to see me gamble, then wait for that. Let's see. Probably treasures, right? Actually, no. Missilus sucks. What the? Yeah, because Naga and what's-her-face literally are low-key falling out of the meta a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think the... what's it called? Overspec for the Mantis is going to have to put in some work for Mantis. This sucks, bro. Missilus is, like, so down bad. Wow, yeah. It used to be Elysion that was pretty damn bad. But last year, they did a pretty good job of just spamming out Elysion. But now Missilus is just in the gutter, bro. Like, what am I even watching here? I feel like Mana is just the best one at this point. This Quincy is, like, okay in scenarios. This Trina's also okay in scenarios with, like, Black Shadow and stuff. But... Senti's Treasure is kind of griefed. I mean, Tove is still pretty decent for the Shotgun team. And I mean, these two are good, but they're kind of, like, falling off. I mean, Drake is also pretty good. I don't know. I mean, when she comes out, you can probably just wishlist her. She'll be at least, I would say, more usable than a lot of these, bro. Okay, yeah, we need some more Missilus drops, bro. We need the Mantis overspec, and we need them to be okay. Or else Missilus is going to be in the gutter. I guess more in the gutter than what it is right now. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I don't think she's that good. Probably don't summon. She's not going to be that useful in the... what's it called? Tribe Towers, I don't think. I mean, Missilus doesn't have much options, but I mean, the options that we have already is probably enough, and like, she doesn't really warrant replacing a lot of units in there. Because of her 40-second cooldown, it's kind of griefed. However, I mean, she might be useful for PvP. The jury's still out on that, so I'm not too sure, but I mean, overall, it's not that good. This is probably like a bit worse than EH, maybe on the same level, because both feel kind of without a place, I suppose. At the very least, I was a bit harsh on the last unit that released. Who was it? Arcana, the alt Arcana. But I do think after that Solar Age, she at least has an okay spot on like a Shotgun team. If you want to then use the other burst 2s that you would use on that Shotgun team on other teams, like then you can use Grave on another team, or you can use the Winter Brid on another team if that boss is weak to fire. And then, I mean, you can just have that Arcana alt be on the Shotgun team, so the Shotgun team has a decent burst 2, if that makes sense. You'd have to go back and check out that showcase I did for her. Granted, I didn't summon on either, so it is kind of just scuffed when I have to only use the practice tool, but hey, I'll be able to use the anniversary units because I'll definitely summon on them. And then hopefully my resources for the gear is like okay, so then I can at least do some showcases for a lot of units that come out then. If not, then the next one that'll have a big, nice showcase will probably be the summer units. So I suppose there is that. But anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. Let me know what you guys think about Snow Crane here. And if you summoned, first of all, why? But if you did, let me know how that went. But that is it from me. So, I'll catch you guys later.